Hey everyone! So today I wanted to show you a 2 to 3 minute makeup routine that I have been doing pretty regularly now. A lot of us are on quarantine, we're stuck in the house, but we still have some work to do. So for a lot of people this means Zoom meetings, still going on the webcam, still taking pictures, videos, things like that. TikTok, I know I'm super guilty of that. And you still want to look presentable, but you just don't want to waste a lot of your expensive makeup because we all know how expensive foundations and stuff like that could be. And maybe you just don't feel like putting on a full face of makeup because these are tough times. But I wanted to show you a super easy 2 to 3 minute makeup routine that I've been doing that just kind of makes you look more presentable and ready to take on the day. Can also make you feel a little bit more ready to take on the day, but you're not using a lot of product at all and you're not overdoing it. So as you can see, I do have blemishes and acne scarring and everything going on. It has been a tough time skin-wise. I think the stress and everything has really been getting to me, and I know a lot of other people have been experiencing the same thing. So I'll show you kind of what we can do about that. The first step to this routine is using some concealer. I'm going to be using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer today. I really like this because a little goes a long way, and it has really good coverage. So I'm going to start by putting it just kind of on the center parts of my face, focusing on the under eye circles and a little bit of redness on the center parts. I'm taking this Morphe E8 brush. This is basically just a buffing concealer brush, and I'm just going to buff it out. So I'm kind of pressing the concealer in instead of completely wiping it, and this is going to give me a little bit more coverage. Now, like I said, a little bit of this concealer goes a long way, so make sure you're getting a concealer that is similar to that, just so you don't have to waste tons of product, but you still get that coverage. So basically, we want the coverage to come from our concealer, so we're not using foundation. I basically am completely skipping the foundation step for this. So I want my skin to look better. I want it to look smoother, more evened out, less red, less dark and patchy and things like that. But I don't want to clog my pores, for no reason. I don't want to put the whole face on. So for this reason, I'm just getting a really good coverage concealer, which does, most of the job itself. And I'm just gonna really buff it in the areas that I need it most. So you can probably already see a good difference in the center of my face. My under eye circles are definitely brightened. It's a little bit more even here. This little redness is gone a little bit more. I still have a little bit of the redness going on the sides, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of my concealer and just kind of spot conceal. So any little pesky spots I have. I don't go crazy on them, so if I still have a little bit of spottage showing, I personally just kind of embrace it, just because, I don't know, on Zoom and on webcam, first of all, even with good lighting, you can't really see 100% what the person's skin looks like, kind of like you would in person. So you have a little more leeway. Plus, I'm usually looking head on when I'm talking in a Zoom meeting. So I don't really have to worry much about like my super side, cheek area or neck area. It's not really getting shown as much. You can feel free to conceal your eyelids as well. I personally don't, just because it creases a lot on me. I have pretty oily eyelids, so I just stay away from that. So I just choose not to do anything with my eyelids for this look. Now that we put our concealer on, it's important to set with a little translucent powder. This isn't going to add any coverage, but it's just going to make everything stay in place and not crease. We don't need super long wearing coverage usually for these things. You're not out in the sun, you're not out, sweating a lot and things like that, but you just want to kind of set the areas so they don't get as shiny. They'll last, however long you do need it to last, for a few hours of meetings and such. And also so the under eyes don't crease as much. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes and then go in with a little bit of mascara. Today I'm using the Woosh Flex and Curl 2-in-1 mascara. I really like this. It's really good for lengthening and a little bit of volume, but looks pretty natural. But I just put on one coat of mascara on both the bottom and the top, and it accentuates my eyes a little bit, but I don't have to worry about putting on tons of eyeshadow and things like that. So as you can see now, I have mascara, just a light coat, both on the bottom and the top, and it definitely makes your eyes look a little bit more bright and awake. Next, I'm going to go in with a pop of color on the cheeks, so I'm going to use the Clinique Cheek Pop in Berry Pop blush. So this is just a nice, bright, cheery color, so this is just going to put some color back in my face. We didn't use foundation, but we did use concealer, so it still washes us out a pretty good amount. So you just want to put a little bit of color back in your face. I don't go in with bronzer or highlight for this really fast look. I just go with blush. Blush is kind of my old school go-to because it just gives you the color you need without having to do anything extra. And it just makes your cheeks look naturally flushed. Of course, you can put a little extra if you like. I like a little extra. But if you just want a little, it's still going to make a big difference, especially if you're in front of a window or bright lighting for your Zoom sessions, because you want that good lighting. You want people to be able to see you and your facial expressions. You know, blush is pretty important because, again, the light can wash you out a little bit. Feel free to go in with a clean powder brush and just clean up a little bit, blend out, so that the blush doesn't look as harsh. Next, we're going in with brows. Brows are super important. They frame the face. Brows are always important. If you tend to do your makeup, say you do your whole face and then your brows are last, you'll see such a difference between when you don't do your brows to when you do them. It's just, they're going to look a little more clean, presentable, even, good stuff. And it just kind of rounds out the whole facial look. So we're going to go and just fill in your brows like normal. I just use a pencil, and I like to make my brows look pretty natural. They're gonna still look accentuated for sure, but I don't want to make them look too intense either, especially because we don't have a lot of makeup on our face. I don't want to have like Groucho Marx brows. So I'm just using the It Cosmetics Brow Power pencil. I love this stuff. It's in the color Universal Taupe, and it truly does work on a lot of different eyebrow colors. So I just love it. It's easy to use. It's a great color. It kind of shifts to the brow color that you need. Once they're all filled in, just make sure you're brushing out. There's a little spoolie on the other side of this pencil. You may have to use a separate spoolie if you don't have one on the pencil. But brush them out just so they look a little bit more natural, a little more fluffy. So now my brows are on. Another product that I really love if I don't feel like using the pencil is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is basically a little tiny spoolie, and they have little tiny fibers on. So what you do is you brush it through, you back brush it through your brow, and then you brush it through again. And you just do it ever so slightly. A little at a time goes a long way, and it will make your brows look naturally more fluffy and full without having that fake look. So it's a really good go-to product when you want that no makeup look, but you want your brows done. To complete the look, I just put on a little bit of lip gloss. I've always been a lip gloss person. Some people prefer lipstick, some people prefer lipstick and gloss, some people prefer liquid lipstick, so whatever your favorite is, use that. I've just always loved gloss because it's easy, it's quick. It, to me, looks the most natural, I guess. It does have that glossy shine, but it just is a little lighter weight than a lipstick. So I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty lip gloss in Fenty Glow. I absolutely love the Fenty glosses. They are one of my all-time faves. They're just not sticky. The colors are very universal. So this is the completed look. As you can see, like I said, there's still slight imperfections. You know, your skin isn't as smooth as it would be with foundation and blurring primer and all that stuff. You know, the eyes, there's not too much definition going on, but this is truly just a 2 to 3 minute look. I know it took a little longer because I'm explaining it in a video, but when I do this, I can do this in like no more than 3 minutes and just whip it all on and I can go. So if your alarm went off late and you're almost going to be late for your meeting, or you're just not in the mood for a full face of makeup, but you know you have to look presentable, you know, for your meeting or work or things like that, then this is a really good option. So we didn't use a lot of products. You can use whatever your favorites are, whatever you currently have on hand, because I know everything is closed and it's kind of difficult to get new goodies, but this is it. So it's really simple. I really hope this was a helpful tutorial for those of you who are new to working from home, or just want something super quick and easy. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, but I will see you in the next video. Bye.